and welcome back to the Cinema Scoop. Today we're gonna talk about some stop motion animation. So let's just get right into it.
So Joe, what is stop motion animation?
Yeah, I'll explain what stop motion animation is.
Yeah.
It's basically when you take like little figurines or something, you take a picture of it, you move it a little bit, you take another picture, you do that like 100 times, how many times it takes, and then you set all the pictures together. It looks like the little thing is moving, and that's really cool because that was one of the first ways that people made film back in like the very early 1900s, even late 1800s.
Yeah.
They would just take pictures, and it would look like it's moving.
I mean, I would imagine how many pictures they would actually take.
Yeah.
Like within a second, probably like
I know.
don't know, within a film, maybe like over 1 million.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Honestly,
but it looks pretty tedious, but some people have fun doing it. And one thing I love about stop motion is how unique it is. You don't really see a lot of stop motion. And it's really cool how it's tangible animation. I mean, you could actually like see the like little sets, like obviously for like live action, the sets are actually there. For animation, it's usually not. But for stop motion, it is. You know, that's like miniature sets, and it's really, really cool how you could like see the real life things. And when you're watching the movie, you could think, wow, those things actually exist on a set. This is kind of like it's like a real photograph. Right. And it's also pretty uncommon. Yeah, like I was saying, which aids in the way it's unique. So, one example of stop motion I wanted to talk about is Wallace and Gromit. Are you familiar?
I've watched that like a little bit when I was a kid, actually.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was produced by Aardman Animations, and one thing I really like to see is how it evolves over time. In the first short called A Grand Day Out, you could see like the little fingerprints on like the clay figurines, some of the lighting. But then as time goes on, like you notice less of those imperfections until it's basically flawless. Because I mean, it does a lot of their projects have 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, critical acclaim, famous all over the world. They even actually stopped a like cheese factory from shutting down because they mentioned the cheese in one of their shorts.
Oh, okay.
So that's really cool to see. Wallace and Gromit have like made many people's childhood, and they're great to see.
Right.
Yeah. The second thing I wanted to talk about for stop motion would be Kubo and the Two Strings. I mean, have you heard of that or?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it yet.
Okay. It was produced by Leica Studios, another like probably more popular or well-known stop motion studios. They made like Coraline, which we'll be talking about later, so stay tuned. They made a ton of other things like Paranorman, if you guys know that. And basically, Kubo and the Two Strings, it's set in like an ancient Japanese setting. There's magic involved, and
cool.
The entire mood of the movie is so unique. It just feels so like out of the ordinary, but like kind of, I don't really know if I should say comforting, but like
eerie?
The visuals are, what did you say?
Eerie feeling?
Eerie, yeah. It can feel eerie and comforting at the same time. It just creates such a good mood. The lighting in that movie is amazing. Especially they even do an underwater scene, which like isn't usually done in stop motion because obviously how are you going to get it underwater?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful movie. The plot is amazing. Another probably one of my favorite Leica projects. So actually don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk about Lexi's pick, which is Coraline. Now that we heard my spiel about stop motion, let's hear Lexi's.
So one stop motion I'm familiar with is definitely Coraline. Have you seen that?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, I was pretty young, and honestly, it scared me when I was
I also
8 or
watched it
9.
when I was young, and I actually thought it was really scary, especially when the mother turned into like a spider.
Yeah.
I was like, wait,
For
she
me,
can do that?
like the scariest part was like kind of the unknown aspect of it. When like she turned into a monster, like I was scared, but it didn't really compare to like the unknown of like what is this weird place? Are they good? Are they bad? What are they gonna do to her?
Right. I mean, yeah. And the thing is, like, the other side, like the other dimension, I'm wondering if that's even like real, and how Coraline's real parents didn't even like notice the door or even thought about opening it.
That's a good point.
Right,
'cause
like-
did they not see the door?
Or was it just Coraline who saw the door?
Yeah.
And
So
she was the
maybe
only
it's
person who
like
saw
maybe
it.
the door like comes and goes like magically.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like only like young children can see it. Because if I remember, didn't like the old owners, weren't they familiar with the door or something?
I think so.
So yeah, like they didn't want to like go into the house because it was like they said it was haunted. So maybe we'll never know.
Yeah, but also the thing is, I wonder why in the other dimension, like Coraline's other mother and father, they all have black button eyes.
Yeah, that's just another
That's just
creepy
weird.
aspect.
Yeah.
Like everything is like different. It's isn't it kind of like more magical and unique to like lure Coraline in, so she wants to stay with them there, because like her Coraline feels like her own life is like kind of monotonous and boring,
Right.
which is why she's enticed by the other world.
And the other world is portrayed as perfect because if you didn't notice, her other mother looks a little different from her actual mother. In the other world, the mother does not have eye bags underneath her eyes, and Coraline's real mother has a crooked nose, but in the other world, it's portrayed as perfect.
I actually never realized it. That's a really good.
I
That's a really
noticed
good
that.
comment.
I'm like, they look a little different, and she looks more like younger, I guess.
More
Yeah.
like perfect, you know? I mean,
Right. I mean, there's also so many theories about this movie, like
what's
that
your
you could come up
what's
with.
your theory, Lexi?
One of my theories is that the door in the living room is not the only portal to the other world.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this could mean that, like, in the ending, that Coraline really never escaped the mother's trap, and the ghost children told Coraline to throw the key away, so that the other mother couldn't get it, and so, like, if she's really trapped, then, like, the key could have been the source to enter back into the real world, but Coraline threw it down the well, so it's
basically
like,
gone then?
Yeah, it's basically gone.
Yeah.
But
where do you think the other portal would be? Because like
maybe the well could be
Yeah.
a portal.
that could. I was
Like
I
she
was
threw
thinking that as well.
the key down the portal, but maybe the other mother could have gotten it back.
Maybe.
And then maybe if they ever made a Coraline 2, which might not happen because Coraline came out a really long time ago.
Yeah, and it was also made from a book, which
Yeah.
I don't think has a sequel.
Yeah, so if they ever did make a Coraline 2, maybe the other mom can come back into the real world and get redemption.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like she kind of already got redemption for the ghost children. You know, she avenged them.
Right.
And she like kind of sees how her life like doesn't have to be perfect, and she should be like grateful for her parents. And she should be like happy and know that like things don't have to be perfect to make you happy.
Right. That's one of the themes in the
Yes.
story, definitely. Okay, so that's all we have for today in this amazing and unique style that is called stop motion animation. Until next time.